Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Mary. Thanks for joining us today. And Mary, what's going on with you these days?
I'm over here just rocking and rolling, doing my thing over here. So basically, the only new thing going on is that we did officially launch our 2026 retreats called I Flow Feminine Rites of Passage. And as of this morning, I think we only have 2 spots left.
So, does that mean it's only for women?
It is not only for women. It is not, but it is a feminine rites of passage retreat. So this is very inclusive, I would say, because we're all masculine and feminine energy. So far we have mostly women or all cis women, and then we have some they them pronouns. So other than that, anyone who feels guided to really explore their feminine rites of passage, their inner child and their manifestation abilities, their throne and wisdom factors, these are everyone's welcome. But it will be focused on those feminine rights.
Okay. There's a lot of people here that are new subscribers, and thank you, people, for subscribing. So, Mary, tell them exactly what you do. I mean, you just told them about the retreat, but they probably are going, "Who is this person? Who is Mary?"
I am the Mary C, everybody. The Mary C. Just don't even pay attention to the last name. And actually, we did redo our services as well. So that's a good thing to talk about. But essentially, I have coined a new term with my services called Keywork. And Keywork is an acronym. And what we're doing there essentially is to remove blockages, bring stability to the energy field so that ultimately the ultimate goal is to unlock what I'm calling, because this is how I see it, is the God code within. So it's bringing us into true co-creation within ourselves of the life we want to live, what we want to manifest. So this brings in elements of shamanism. It brings in elements of quantum healing, regression, hypnotherapy, basically everything that I am is what we bring through this particular service. And we just switched that over last week.
And what is it called again?
Well, it's called Keywork. We're at Earth and Star Wellness, but my services are called Keywork.
Key work, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Keywork. Okay. Well, good. And tell people how they can get a hold of you.
I'm at earthandstarwellness.com or on YouTube at Earth and Star Wellness. So pretty simple.
So let me see who else. Thanks, Teresa. Let me put this up here for everybody. Greetings, Galactic Tribe. Gail and Mary, please remember to like and subscribe and share. Thank you. Thank you, Teresa. All right. What I've got going on, everybody, is I am doing a drawing tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern time on I have my little cup of people who are putting in reviews on Amazon on my 2 books, and it is How I Learned to Fly a Spaceship is the first one, and the one is How I Met an Alien. So these 2 books, if you'll put a review in, your name goes in that glass, and I'll do a drawing tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern time on who will get a free 30-minute reading.
I want my name in your glass.
Well, go and put a review in on the books, and it'll go right in.
Okay. On Amazon?
On Amazon.
Amazon review. I can get lavish.
I can't remember who it was that put in the most wonderful review today. And I hope she's here, but she has to be a writer. It was unbelievable what she wrote. I'm getting her to write my next book.
Tell her all your experiences.
I know. Started on the 4th chapter on my 3rd book, and I've got a little kind of, I don't know, tired or anyway, just getting a little bit of a block on it.
That's okay. We cycle through. We have inspirations, and then we need our rest time, right? Our introspection. So maybe you're going to have more experiences, and so they want you to just wait a second so that those can be included.
Well, I can keep including them because, I have enough experiences for probably 5 or 6 books at this point in time.
I honestly have enough for like 13.
Yeah, I have a lot. Go ahead.
How far are you from Cameron? The
North
city
Carolina.
of Cameron. Yeah.
Cameron, North Carolina is near Pinehurst, and I'm probably, oh gosh, I'm not sure what would be the easiest way to go. 2 or 3 hours away. So why are you going to Cameron?
The same. Yeah, actually for the winter solstice, we're going up to the Three Root Center and doing a prayer bundle. We're doing an I Need Despacho and drum circle out there. So I don't know if you feel like having a drive with all of your lovely pets, you should come see us and we'll do a potluck or something.
On the 21st?
Yes, on the 21st.
So are you joining a group or you doing it? Are you?
Well, it's at the Three Root Center, but I'm going out there. You know, our people are going to go out there. I'm doing the despacho ceremony personally at 2 p.m.
Okay. Because I was going to say Cameron is just a tiny nothing there town. I don't know anybody. I mean, I know you're probably surprised. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah, I was like, oh, she knows exactly where that is.
Yes, I do. But it's because I used to drive through there all the time, going back and forth to nursing school, and so that was one of the little towns that I would drive through. But so I know where Cameron is, and also my family. My last name's McLeod. The McLeods are just all over that area, just everywhere. We spread the seed all over the place there. And Cameron, Southern Pines, that whole area is where my whole family is from. And of course, down into South Carolina. So anyway, let me say hello to some people here. Hey, Bernadette, thanks for joining us today. And who else is here? Oxford Cat, thanks for being here. Hey, user, thanks for being here. And of course, hello, Teresa, and thanks for putting that up for us. Hey, Millie, thanks for being here. Barbara Hartlove, thanks for being here. This Cindy, Annie Bear, is she here? Okay, you're sending love and light to Annie Bear. I'm assuming she's here. Did I see her? Oh, maybe she is here. Let's see. Yet another Linda. I just love that name. Is here. Who else is here? Everybody. We will be answering some questions. Oh, Teresa, you saw my interview on another channel yesterday. Did you want to mention? Yeah, I should. I have it written down. I forgot to mention it. Thanks, Teresa. That I did a interview with Hayward Crawford. I don't know if anybody knows him. He is from Australia, and he's a color therapist and a numerologist. He used to have a YouTube channel that was numerology, and now he has switched to another channel, and it's called Dreamtime, and his Dreamtime is DREEMTIME, and it's syndicated to several different things, channels and whatever. Anyway, so I did an interview with him, and he is also really connected to galactics. He was probably one of the first ones I saw on YouTube that talked about the galactics, and he went into the different descriptions of each one. And so I did an interview with him last week, I think, and then he just put it up. He said he was going to jump my interview ahead of all the ones he already had stored. That he was putting. He said people need to have this information. So if you'll check it out, it's Dreamtime Academy. Hayden Crawford. Hayden is Hayden Crawford. And I think I talked about some more things that I haven't talked about in a long time on his channel. So go check that out.
I'm sorry. I was giving love to the people in the comments.
I'm sitting looking at going, I'm reading and I'm looking up at Mary going, what? And then what are you doing?
Oh, I was seeing Lee and Kevin Lewis and everyone, and I was in Salty, and I was going, I love you. I freaking love you. Sorry, not to distract, but I felt like love you, you know?
Nobody got any information. They just saw Mary, you saying I love you.
I knew who it was for. They could tell. See, he even commented telepathy because he knew exactly.
Yeah. So, hey, Kevin, thanks for hey, Chris MK, thanks for being here. And I've been doing a lot of interviews lately, and I've been shocking a lot of people lately. As I was telling Mary before, I said, I've been going on people's channel that they don't even know who I am until I get there and I start telling my story. And it's almost like their jaw starts dropping, their eyes start getting larger. And Hayden Crawford was one of those who was just mesmerized by everything I had to say. But I, yeah, I'm so used to talking to you guys that it's not anything unusual, things that you hadn't heard. But a lot of people have not heard my story, and it tends to be a little shocking for them. So, anyway,
I
so,
imagine so.
yeah, and I have my books out, and so yeah, I get to go and talk about my books. So I've been accepting a lot of invitations from people to go on their show to promote my book. And so, books, I should say, books.
And that's what we're talking about. They're great and they're funny.
Well, the first one's funny. The second one's not as funny. It's more, that one's more about my interplanetary liaison, where I'm supposed to be professional, so that's a little more serious.
Professional.
Yes, I'm representing the Galactic Federation, so I'm having to be a little more serious. And and don't not well, I'm still making a lot of mistakes, but usually that's the funny part is the mistakes that I make with them and the things that when people are having dreams and remembering things, they're not remembering those kind of things. And I'm surprised because I've made so many mistakes with them that they really sat back and had to laugh. I know they laughed. So I felt like I was their entertainment sometimes.
You're my entertainment sometimes.
And you mine. So, but anyway, anything else, Mary, you want to talk about? Anything that you've been channeling in lately that's been different? Because a couple of days ago, I was channeled in information about how important having your chakras cleaned out and working to be able to receive information. And I always thought, before I had that information, I always saw, of course, the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, the solar plexus. Those three needed to be really working to receive. But I was told it was all the chakras that we needed to be really working on them and keeping them clean and open and doing that at least once a week, working on them, which it seems like to me that's a little intense that they're telling us that's what we need to be doing is working on those chakras. You have any insight on that?
I think that makes sense, especially now when we're in winter, cold weather, and the heaters are going. And I'm just, in a very simplistic way, I've had a headache for a month, okay, an entire month. And there's sinus stuff, allergy stuff, and then the heater's running. So, like today, I was just sitting here, and I've had lots of inspirations, lots of downloads coming through. So I was sitting here writing, and I could just feel it felt as if there was just something here. And I checked in because you know me, I'm always like, do I have an attachment? Is there an attachment? And it wasn't. My guides were like, nah, just clean out your third eye. It's just.
Yeah, that's what I just got. She needs to clean out her third eye, and you still need to clean it out. And
Jump.
yeah, and also have you put things on your electronics? Because I'm thinking you're becoming more and I'm getting yes on this, you're becoming more susceptible to the electronic energy, like on your computers and things, your phones, that you're becoming more susceptible to that energy the more your third eye is opening up. So, and I'm trying to think what the starts with the S that I put on all my stuff, all my computers and all my phones to, and somebody can help me out with that name because you always know I forget the name of what that stone is.
Right.
What was that? Shungite. Shungite, yes. Have you done that?
I don't have it on there, but I feel like I do have a shungite somewhere. But what you're picking up is there's been a shift. Yeah, I'm sensitive to it. And sometimes when I go to bed, I can feel electricity in my body. But there's just been a shift. Like my husband and I have been trying to put the kids to bed on their own. And then we like run to our room and get on the laptop and watch shows on our own before we go to bed. So I've just been doing more on the computer that has been probably had me absorbing some of that stuff.
We'll put some shungite on that computer. Just put one of those little discs on it.
Consider it done, madam.
So,
Queen.
yeah, so since it's affecting you, that might take care of your headache.
I'd be curious to see because I am ready to get this over with. In fact, though, like a lot of what I've been downloading, because, I talked about how I changed the name of my sessions because there's a lot that's downloading in around the certain alchemical codes of the body. A big thing that I've been downloading and kind of chewing on a little bit is knowledge. I'm just going to put the word out there, knowledge. If you think about your third eye and crown and how much knowledge you're taking in or how much knowledge you're allowing yourself to feed on and chew, and some of this is like an ignorance is bliss kind of thing. I'm choosing not to have knowledge. And some of this is we've been suppressed for a really long time from a lot of different spaces based on not having knowledge. So I'm going to have all the knowledge I can. And these are kind of the spaces that I've been chewing on. So I'm curious how much of that is because I'm really working in this area also. And that's a whole rabbit hole we don't have to go into. But
it can be all the above, because it might be that knowledge is wanting to come in, but you have that restriction of the electronics interfering with it. So I think it's a combination of all of it.
We'll get into it then. We're going to throw that shungite on there. I'm recording a video. It'll be out probably the last Sunday of December where we're going to talk about being kept down by the man based on us not being allowed to have all of the knowledge that we seek in the garden of good and evil, the fruit of good and evil and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to throw it out there. We're going to do the thing. Go hard or go home.
That's right. You're going to be controversial. We've occasionally been controversial on here on the show.
Occasionally. I try to keep it light for the fellas.
Yeah. All right. You ready to answer some questions?
I am. I was just guided to my deck. I've already started pulling cards. I don't even know who they're for.
Well, let's see. If it's Bernadette, okay, please ask my starseed family, how can I protect my energy? I feel very weak and drained usually. Today is worst. I am barely functioning. Well, Bernadette, are you working on your chakras? Since that seems to be the theme of the week, let's see, but because I feel like you're getting stuck somewhere there. Go ahead, Mary. You already had your cards out.
I did. And the card I was pulled to for you is the perfect storm. And notice this light right here. And then tapping into you individually, I'm sensing something at the back of the heart that almost feels like friction or anger. So this card specifically talks about necessary lessons or necessary stirrings up of things in order to push through and have clarity and move the junk out, basically a purge. And I'm sensing a lot of this that you are absorbing from like your job or maybe even friends or family members, lovers, just the people around you. But then there's the inner friction too, which is the healing part. Like these things are affecting me and they're affecting me because do I feel like I don't deserve? Do I feel less than? So it feels like some heart purging going on. But to answer the question specifically, like what can I do about this?
Her answer about the chakras is I don't have any. Joking, haha.
Pure alien, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say, oh, she's saying very true for you, what you're saying. But I'm thinking that she hasn't been working on her chakras, which is the message here lately. I didn't realize how important that is. But go ahead, Mary.
Yeah, so I would suggest, if you can do some introspective work of what's trying to purge from you, like in yourself and your own past traumas and things like that, or your own belief systems about yourself, as well as what needs to purge from your life, like the kinds of people that you hang out with. That's one. But two, I think would really be, like Gail said, coming into your heart space and doing a lot of opening, balancing. Balancing's a big one. Some elevation there. I'm sensing some joy spaces because if you're elevated, then all of those kind of things can't affect you as deeply.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Here's she's saying, I'm the only witch at my house. Even watching shows like this make people feel uncomfortable. I never watch these kind of shows around anybody, nor do I have a show with people around. You don't either, do you, Mary? You're usually home alone when you're doing shows and working.
When I do the shows, I try to be, well, yeah, my family.
Exactly. Bernadette, we both deal with families like that too. So, yeah, you just have to. Okay, this is real important though, Bernadette. You cannot, uh, if people have not don't have these kind of experiences, they don't understand, and you cannot ask them to change their ways or change their beliefs because they're comfortable in their own beliefs. And you're if you're trying to watch things or force these things on it, it's not going to happen. They're going to put up more of a resistance of a wall. So you've got to love them and appreciate them for where they are so they can love you and appreciate where you are. And so there might be some resistance there that you're dealing with because of that. I know, Mary, you're ready to say something. I can see it. I can feel it. What?
No, that's good and that's right. And that's exactly what I would say too. I feel like the inner resistance is the need for self authority, autonomy, and authenticity. And that's why I think I was guided to the heart for that balance
Right.
so that we can honor, like, I mean, obviously, we can't force other people to believe how we believe. So, not try to do that. You know, they can't force us to believe how they believe either. And just try to honor their space and I'll have them honor our space while at the same time honoring your authenticity. And this is who I am and what I believe, but it's nobody's business. And we can have completely neutral energy around that.
Right. Well, this is going back to what you're saying, Mary. She's saying very true. I don't force or ask. I just feel judged for what I believe. It's blocking me to fully surrender and work on myself, which that's coming back to a purging and doing the heart work that Mary's been talking about, because this is more self-inflicted, is what I'm feeling. Because I think your family will accept you like you are. You just they probably judge you, but you just don't have to put it in their face. Like, I'll give you an example. My sister, who's going to be coming up and visit me tomorrow, she doesn't even acknowledge what I do. She knows exactly what I do, but she's in a different space than I am. She doesn't understand it, but we coexist and we're great friends, still close, but we just don't tread on each other's stuff like that. Like she's the totally opposite of where I'm at, but we still love each other and we both can be around each other and we can both enjoy each other's company. But it took us probably, it took us a little while to get there, but we did, and it's fine now. And I think more, and mine was more like what you're going through is I had to be more secure in what I was doing, that I didn't feel ashamed from when she came around to not express that or try to hide it. It just is what it is how I look at it now.
The word just dropped in, walk in silent power. And I had an image of you just doing your own thing in silence
Right.
and earning respect of the people around you. And sometimes this takes time, but when people realize that you're actually changing, that you're evolving, that you're becoming powerful, that what they say doesn't shake your foundation or trigger you, when they find you becoming stable and transforming, it does demand a certain level of respect. Like what Gail was saying, my family, we don't talk about what I do. You know, we have those boundaries where we just don't talk about it. But if anyone in the family needs a counselor or a go-between or help, they're calling me, right?
Yeah.
Because they know that there's that level of stability and love and the ability to see in all directions. And so you'll earn their respect by stepping into your own power despite their thoughts or beliefs.
And I'll say they're coming from fear. A lot of it's fear
Yeah,
based. So, and
absolutely.
they're having fear of where you're going and they're not comfortable with the unknown. You're moving into the unknown and you're becoming more comfortable with it. They are getting there. The unknown is too uncomfortable for them to move towards it. All right. Ready for another question?
Thank you. That was a good question. And I think
I hope it helped you, Bernadette.
yeah.
She's probably sitting there, her head spinning right now. Okay. All right. Yet another Linda. Hi, Dr. Gail and Mary. At what age did I start having contact with Star Family? Oh, that's a good question, too. We're having some good questions. Okay. I hear three. I hear three. Age three. Yeah. Yet another Linda. You were having contact at age 3. They were pulling you. I think they were pulling you up the spaceship. Let me check on that. Yes, at age 3, you were already going up. And I think you were already being trained. Starting at age 3, I think you were already being trained for some different. It'd take me a lot longer to get into what kind of training this was, but at age 3, you started going up. All right, Mary, anything?
My focus immediately was around the age of 8. And I knew that you had been trained already. So when you said 3, that was perfect because Linda, honey, you had already been trained for whatever was happening at the age of 8.
Yeah,
At
I can.
a very early age.
Well, I can tell you what happens at 8 because I started going up as an infant. But at that age, like 8, 9, 10, that kind of things, that's when you start learning how to go through walls, learning how to walk through walls, and you go through different densities of walls. And you start learning those kind of things and how to energetically move through things like that. And I'm sure that's a lot what she was doing, but the training really steps up at that age.
Yeah. So I was seeing whatever happens at the age of 8. So the moving through dimensions or the walls or the frequencies, all of that kind of stuff, you were already fully trained by then. And I feel like that probably reflected something in your physical life as well. So that you were able to transmute a lot of energy by that age already. And then I had like this flush of huge energy hit me right in the heart. And it was like, I love you. Like, you remember how intense I was earlier?
Yeah.
I freaking love you. Like, that was coming in also, but from what I felt was them. So they definitely have you in their picnic basket, watching over you and petting your head. So they're there with you.
Yeah, she's saying, interesting. I remember looking out my window at that age at night. Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, let's see. Chris, let's see. I have a daily chakra practice. Oh, great. I don't feel right if somehow the day goes by without me doing my opening practice. I do the same thing, Chris. I open up my chakras every day also. That's my routine before I go on meditation. But I was thinking there was a question in there, but maybe I was supposed to bring that up for everybody to see it. Thanks, Chris. All right. Trying to scroll us down.
Hey, Erin. Hey, Jennifer.
All right, here's Teresa. I had a dream, Metatron ET, something to the planet. Metatron ET. Okay, there were large crystals among trees. I was flooded with light, saw crystal buds started growing on my bones. What? I'm really trying to stay off the hamster wheel. Okay. I think this is card time for you on this one because I think there's a metaphysical thing about this one involved.
Absolutely. I'm going to see if I know how to describe this.
Right. Because this just, yeah, it's not like you're on a planet or anything. I think this is more a metaphysical message.
A message. So how I was kind of seeing this was it was as if you were really living this and really experiencing this on another plane, not another planet, not another life, but it was like you were getting to see who you are and how you, like, you are your soul, and how you would experience life if you could see through your soul's eyes, and if everything that you really are on the inside could become manifest in the 3D. It was like this awakening of looking in a mirror, or being able to look down at your hands while walking through the forest and realize what you really are. And that felt very beautiful for me. This feels like a door opening in the heart space. It feels like a coming home to the self. And also something about your mom. Like, I don't know if this is a guiding from mom, like if she was there or if she had something to do with this, but there's something about the presence of your mother with all of this. But it feels like a big old look in the mirror welcoming you home. This is who you are and how you are, and let's experience life from this place of wonder now.
All paths lead home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what it is. The inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Oh, turn your gaze within. Oh, wow, Teresa. Okay, that's a big message for you. You're being a little too external, looking at the galactics and not paying attention to yourself internally. You need to bring yourself together. I'm hearing together. I think internal would be more bring ground. You are needed to focus on grounding internal. You need to go within, Teresa. You need to really focus on that. They're showing me you're just a little too out there. I'm that way too. I need that message myself.
What do you think the message about the mom?
I think that's the grounding. That's coming back home.
Like the mama energy.
Yeah, exactly. Coming back home, bringing you, connecting to earth, connecting, grounding. What is she saying here? My mom is such a mogul.
That means she doesn't believe in any of this. Yeah.
I have shamanic help. That's ancestral lineage healing. Okay. So anyway, I'm just feeling that it's more coming back home and grounding is more the message I'm getting, because you are floating out there so much. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense to me, but also mom's lineage needs that help. So keep summoning.
Yeah. So for shamanic practice, I think you're needing to go back to your grassroots with some of your shamanic practices, Teresa. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hearing. Go back to the grassroots. That's a lot. It's basically ground, just ground. And it's and connect your, I guess, mother grounding. I guess it all goes together. How would her mother be involved in the grounding? Coming back to Mother Earth. You said Mother Earth.
I did say Pachamama, but also it's when we come home, there's multiple elements of that. You know, you have your earth lineage, your connection to Pachamama and the grounding, but you also have your physical lineage and your soul lineage. This one, I feel like it's being asked, she's being asked to kind of step away from the soul lineage necessarily, while understanding who she is in the now, which would be like what you said, not being so much out here, but more here.
Yeah. But it's exactly what I thought. She's not understanding what we're talking about.
But she'll journey on it, though.
Yes. Teresa, ground. Come back to your original shamanic practices and ground. You're a little too much into the galactics.
Basically. Ground yourself. Spend time in nature. Ancestral healing on mom's side. There you go. We have lots of words when we're trying to interpret messages.
Yeah, because keep hearing it, trying to decipher the question and give it to them and listen to their answers and spitting it out. Sometimes could be a little challenging. We sometimes take a little journey ourselves on that. Okay, let me see who's next. Ooh, I just lost my questions totally. Comments. Okay, I hit the wrong button. I've done that before. And then my scroll stops. Okay, there's one. I'm thinking this might be the next one, but I can't hardly see it. Oh, that's Teresa. Okay, so here's the next one. Brenda. Hey, oh, hey, Brenda. Finally got your information that you were emailing me. Usually I do better when I'm channeling the information on a channel when I get the questions here on the channel instead of through an email. So if anytime you can in the future, try to bring your questions in on a show, and it'll be a lot easier to connect to that energy. But all right, do you have a message from my Starseed family, my galactic heritage and purpose? Look at Mary. We're both looking at each other. I just answered a question for her earlier. Um,
So, what do you call the aliens that are from that reticula planet? There's like a planet called something reticula. I called you about this like 5 years.
That's the grays.
Okay. So I'm picking up mixtures of grays and Pleiadians. And of course, you could have tons of different blood with the starseeds, but these are the ones that I'm sensing right now, most at the surface and close to you. And so you actually have a couple of different purposes from them. One of them feels a lot like it's structural. So this one's probably coming from the grays. It feels very structural, like intellect, intelligence, knowledge, building, things like that. Whereas the other one feels very ethereal, as ethereal. I don't know why I said it like that. That was weird. And it's because, guys, in my clairs, I see words when they're dropped in and I read them how I see them versus hearing them.
And also pictures that drop in too.
And you have pictures that drop in?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to, I get lots of pictures that I have to interpret.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled a card and it says lifting the veil. And so it looks like to me, the journey for you is questioning everything. But here's the big thing on this. Anything unaligned must go. So I think, Brenda, you're at a crossroads where you're needing to look at the people, the things that you're doing, and the things that are not serving you on your forward moving discovery is you're needing to get rid of. So I think this is a big turning point for you.
A lot of purging out. So I feel like that's like within that little structure, all of that purging out. I still see that up energy that I think comes from the other side, but this feels like exploration. Exploration is a big word that comes through there. Activations, things like that.
Yeah, I think your main heritage are the grays, and I don't think your purpose is yet here yet. I think we got to do some purging and changing a lot of things right now for your purpose. But I mean, your main purpose for all of us who are involved in this is to bring in, increase the vibration of the earth and the people around you so we can ascend. So that is the main purpose for everybody right now. Now, for you to have a specific purpose, for some reason, I am having the hardest time connecting to her and getting the information from her. And there's a reason for that. And I'm thinking it's because they're not ready to reveal it. But I feel like every time I'm trying to read her or work with her, I feel like I'm just trying to pull the information out. It's just not coming so quickly. So I'm just thinking that they're holding back because they did that with me in the beginning. They only want you to get a little bit of information at a time. They don't want to bombard you with a lot of information. And so I think that's what they're doing to me is they don't want me to reveal everything. Is that, Brenda, we need to slow it down. You're needing to purge some things and take another step, and then you'll be discovering more. And maybe if there's another purpose or something you're supposed to do versus just raising the vibration of earth to the people around you, that will probably come in the future whenever you go through these other steps that need to be done.
I agree. I had the exact thought that it's not fully realized, that I can't just we can't just tell you your specific purpose in this life. It's not fully realized yet. That's part of your karmic journey to discover about yourself. And that's the beauty of it. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of a slow, like here you're still working with mostly the grays and the structure and all the things you said, and we're working towards that other.
Yeah. So it will come in time. It is one of the most frustrating things because you want all the information right now and they don't give it to you that way. It took me forever to find out what I was supposed to do, and I was working with them. So they just gave me a little bit of time. I mean, for a long time I was going, why me? And the only answer I got was because you're human. And I'm going, well, what kind of answer is that? And then later on it was because you look human. And I'm going, what kind of answer is that? And then it took forever to realize that I was a hybrid and that I was a human hybrid and I was a human mix of Arcturian. Well, because I look human, I can get in and out of places that they couldn't because they looked like extraterrestrials. So it took at least a year, maybe 2 years to figure that out. But that was the answers I was getting. It didn't make any sense. So anyway, all right, let's see what our next question is.
You're so adorable.
Thank you. So are you, Barry?
Boop, boop, boop.
All right. You're so human.
And I was thinking, that's what I was chewing on back here. I was like, you look.
Well, in the very beginning, I took it as an insult. It took me a long time to figure out there was not an insult. I really did because I was the only human working on the Astro Medical One. So when they said you're so human, I thought they were insulting me.
Well, I just saw 4141. So whoever's into those sorts of numbers, but it also feels like part of it being used specifically, even though there's other hybrids, is that what you have to say could also be easily received because you're such a.
Well, I'm a communicator.
Yeah. And you're so logical too. Like you don't come off as a crazy person.
Well, I never thought I was crazy, but I did think I might have a brain tumor and was hallucinating. You remember me coming in going, I know I have a brain tumor. I need an MRI. Over and over and over again when I was having an experience. That's how I was explaining it forever. And then I decided, well, if I've got a brain tumor, this is the way I want to go. Can't have a better life than this.
I want to see aliens till I die.
Yes, exactly. All right, we got a question from Claire. Hi, beautiful ladies. I was taking on a ship last night. Don't remember, but woke up with 2 dots on my legs. Was this my star family who took me? Thank you so much. Yes, it was your star family, but I do think it was a medical process. Yeah, it was a medical procedure that you went through, Claire. They wanted to make sure, the words I heard were, they wanted to make sure you were tolerating Earth. So they're looking after you, and they wanted to make sure you're physically fine on Earth and that you're tolerating Earth. Is what I got. What have you got, Mary? I think that's funny that they're saying tolerate Earth.
I gotta tell you something that I completely forgot. It's okay, but in reference to you, Claire. Okay, so in reference to you, I completely agree. I got these 2 cards. This one's talking about your inner treasure, and this one's talking about power and empowerment. So I think it's definitely your family. They're watching over you. They're making sure you're tolerating everything while adjusting well and coming into all of your gifts and all of your inner power and exactly who you're meant to be and where you're meant to go. This feels like a really good positive sign. I journal it down so you don't forget because this seems like a important moment that's the beginning, not the first time, but in the beginning levels of many more visitations to come.
And then you had something to say.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So I was working with a student the other day. Her name's Lisa, and I don't know if she's on here or not. And she just randomly has downloads, right? And we were talking about the alien abduction because I think the last show you and I did on my channel, the recording was about my abduction in Colorado. And she keeps telling me, I see you in Colorado. I think you're supposed to go to Colorado. I'm like, no, I'm not going to Colorado. Aliens are there. Anyways, and she had this vision of those grays and how she saw like a circle of aliens, and in front of them were mothers and in front of them were children, and in the center was this ever evolving light, and it evolves kind of the way AI evolves, like it learns. To me, I was picking up that this looked like source energy, but she was talking about how a lot of the aliens here and the ones that come here are here abducting mothers of aliens, the women who are being impregnated by aliens, in order to watch over them and give them downloads, because they are like a special group. Mothers of aliens are a special group of humans that are being watched over and nurtured and given information. That blew my freaking mind. I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, I explained a lot of times, talk about my mother, how I would go out, like get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and see her just sitting in a chair, just like there was nothing there. So I knew she was dealing with aliens. And she was one of the ones, that the hybridization program, a lot of times the women that are chosen are the ones that have trouble getting pregnant. And so the alien has trouble getting pregnant and the human has trouble getting pregnant. And so they pick these two and they create the hybrid children. Both women are allowed to get pregnant or or they create something that they can get pregnant. So I would agree that is what she's seeing is probably true.
I felt it in my bones. It gave me chills. And I don't have any problems getting pregnant. I'd have 16 children by now if I weren't fixed. So leave me alone. Let's go. Next question.
Yes. Okay. All right. Next question. Let's see. What? Laura, we're not doing a medical question. I will be doing the Slayers Healing Center in a couple of weeks. Unless Mary, you want to go ahead and tackle this question.
Yeah, she was actually recently visited by like aliens who were working on her for like, I don't remember, but like a week. Like they were working on her for a long period of time. But I feel like this could be worse now because of that. So it could actually be due to that. But I feel like this is a problem that's been going on for a while. And I kind of track it back all the way up to throat energy and feel like it has something to do with sensitivities of energy and how there's the energy just impacts sensitives so much. And it's hard to hold on. Because I've noticed that a lot with sensitive people, that when they're hit with negative energy, or even just a lot of energy, that it kind of comes straight back out. So this is a common side effect, but make sure you're keeping your nutrients or drinking Pedialyte or whatever that is, or getting, what are those things called?
I don't know, because I'm getting Crohn's disease.
Lots. Gail Arena. Oh my goodness.
So,
probiotics. That's what I was looking for.
That's what I'm getting. And I don't know, I would go to your doctor about this, but that's what I'm getting is it's a Crohn's disease that's cropping up and needs to be managed. And that can be managed, but it is from sensitivities on here on earth. And that's what I'm getting a huge yes on this. So it's an autoimmune type of response, and that you're needing to go get some help. And it's possibly could be Crohn's or Crohn's type of disease. And that's what I'm getting, Laura. So go to your doctor and have it checked out. Okay.
And ask the aliens to clear it. You have them. They'll do it for you.
They will clear it, but it is a immune response. So it's going to be kind of a chronic thing. So there are some things to help that. And I don't know what they are anymore. I haven't been in that in a while. So I'm sure they must have some new stuff out there about that. New stuff. That's technical words. Okay. All right. Here is Salty. I have noticed that highly sensitive people, empath psychics, seem to often be ill, not deadly ill, and unknowingly stuff like colds, flus, headaches, etc. Do you think this is a side effect?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Roll right into it. Yes.
Absolutely. I do. It's
Yeah.
like constant ascension symptoms.
Right.
And I know for me, sometimes, especially like upper respiratory stuff, seems to be affected by what I'm channeling in the moment. Like for the retreat last year, I was channeling the spirit of the mountain, and they started preparing me like 2 days before I went in there. So I go in with like bronchitis because it's like my heart space needing to open to the size of a mountain, and it's affecting my lungs. So for 2026, they started preparing me a year in advance for the spirit I'm going to channel so that I don't have to get near deadly ill in order to channel it. But yes, I absolutely think this is true. Check mark A plus plus.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Okay. All right. Next question. All right. Miller writes, what is my purpose here on earth? Again, Milla, that all of us are here to help the ascension of people and earth, and just your vibration being higher is helping that ascension process. Let me see if they're going to let me know what your other purpose is. Well, I'm getting healing. I don't know if you're into doing anything healing related. What are you getting, Mary? Because I'm getting that she needs to start off with Reiki. Just
I
as a
was
stepping stone.
distracted. I was distracted. I'm sorry. He commented that he's wrapping up his 51st year of a sinus infection.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
51 years of a sinus infection. The two things that really came up for me kind of right away was this sense of, and I'm not sure exactly, I'm sorry, Gail, I didn't hear exactly what you said
I,
to
I said, it looks like to me she's to go into healings, and I'm thinking that her stepping stone is starting with Reiki. I don't know what she does.
Reiki is an amazing stepping stone. It's like the ABCs of all energy work, I believe, personally. So, yes, going into healing, that would be a good way to go. The two words that really came up to me, which might be less purpose, but more about fulfillment. I heard adventure slash travel, and I heard advocacy. So, standing up for people less fortunate or who look different. So, those are the two words that just kind of dropped in right away.
All right, there you go. So, Mila, are you here? I'd like to hear if you've gone in. Do I need healing or do I need to go? I'm thinking you need to go into healing. I mean, of
Do
course,
it.
you need to heal also. She's asking, do I need healing or do I need to go and heal it? Both. It'll be both. But I'm just seeing that you have some skills in the healing area. And I don't know. And so what I'm asking is if, or have you done anything in that area? I guess not if you're asking that question. So I would start off with taking a Reiki course
Something simple.
and see how you like it and see
Yeah.
if you can go anywhere with that. Okay.
Who's our next victim?
I'm just going to randomly, because this is going to be our last question. I'm just going to randomly pull somebody. And this is Millie Della. So, okay, everybody's channel names get changed, or their names have changed a little bit. So I'm going, and I know who she is because she says, "Oh wow, that's interesting. My friend saw three grays surrounding me the other day, two little ones and a taller one." Oh, okay. I guess you're just making a statement. That's not a question. All right, that's great. And somebody saw that. That's amazing that somebody saw that around you. Two little ones and one taller gray. Usually when I see them in a group like that, that means to me that they're taking you off to do some procedures or healings or testing on you. So, anyway. All right. Mila's saying she's okay, she'd give it a try. All right. let's see. You see a question you want to take on, Mary? Because I kind of lost control of the. By the by the end of the show, I'm like, oh, either my scroll stopped working or I've lost the place. And here's Nancy Ray. Let me pull that one up. In my teens, I had an out of body experience where I was taken to the next room and given telepathic information by a magnificent being surrounded by fluid light. Who was this being? Immediately, I saw a mantis being. Immediately, that's what I saw. Let me check on that. That did that. Was that a mantis being? Yes, it was a mantis being. Mary, anything to add?
I think I have some block around mantis beings because I never see them. And anytime you and I see the same entity and you say it's a mantis being, I always see it like as a ball of light or something, not even in a form. So maybe I'm.
Yeah, well, that could very well be. I mean, you could be seeing them because they are very high vibrational intelligent.
Right. Like I was picking up something almost adjacent to like the council, but it's not the council. And I was just seeing that bright light is all I was seeing. And that happens almost every time you mention the mantis beings.
Right. That happens to me a lot of times when we talk about Andromedas, that I see them as light versus a form.
Maybe I'm terrified of their little heads and their mandibles and their eyes. I don't
know. You're so afraid of palmetto bugs.
I really respect them, man. The way they just really kind of bite the heads off of their lovers. I've got some respect for those mamas. I do.
All right, everybody. That will be it for today. Mary, do you have any last words?
No, I do see you, Mindy, because that one was addressed directly to me. I'm glad I got to meet you in Santa Fe. And hop on next time and maybe we can get you. Hey, Mary. Hey, everybody else. And we're going to be back together. What did we decide? January 7th?
That was January, yeah. But go get together once a month.
Yeah, so January 7th, us two, the dream team, will be back together. And I hope to see all of you guys really soon. We have our weekly videos on Sundays. Your next one is Saturday?
Yeah.
Saturday?
My next one's Saturday. But I'll be doing a drawing on Friday for a little bit. I'll do a drawing for whoever wins the free 30-minute reading, whoever puts in a review on my books on Amazon. So go put your reviews in on Amazon, and then you'll be put into the drawing that'll be happening on 12/12 at 12 o'clock Eastern time.
Go review this woman's books. Look, she looks like a human. Go review her.
So, all right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see y'all later. All right. Bye-bye.